So students, in this video, we are starting a new chapter, that is changes around us. So in this chapter, we will study that what are the changes that occur in our day-to-day life. We will study that why those changes occur, and also we will see that what are the types of changes. Changes can also be categorized. So we will see that what are the types of changes. But before that, let's study that what is the meaning of change. So the word change means anything which turn itself from one form to another. Now if I give you the example of ice, how ice is formed? When water is freezed, then ice is formed. So water is the liquid form and ice is the solid form. So this is a kind of change. Now if we talk about the formation of bud from the flower, bud is the other form and flower is the other form. So we will understand the changes, but let's see some videos related to the changes so that it can make it more clear to us that what does the change mean to us. Okay, so let's start.
Since we are going to start the new chapter, so let's talk about some changes. Now here you can see this tomato is not ripe. Okay, it's not ripened. But here you can see this tomato, the color of the tomato has changed. Why? Because it is ripened tomato. So you can see the change, right? Now next you can see this rubber band. So when this rubber band, the shape of this rubber band is like this. Now if I stretch it, the shape of rubber band will also change. Okay, so now next observe. Next here you can see this is a candle. Now what change will you observe here when I will light up this candle? See, I'm lighting it up. So this wax is solid. Now after some time you will see that this wax starts melting. You all have observed this many a times. See, this wax will start melting and it will fall down. Now see, here it is falling in the form of liquid. So this is also a kind of change. So in this new chapter we are going to study about the changes that occurs in our surrounding, in our nature, in a day-to-day life.
So students, I hope that with the help of the videos which you saw now, you might now understand that what is the meaning of the word change. So the common changes which we observe in our day-to-day life are formation of curd from milk, cooking of food, burning of fuels, drying of clothes, rusting of iron and many more. So these are the changes which we observe in our day-to-day life. Now if we talk about the changes, that why the changes occur. So this occur because there are some reasons behind it. Okay, so if we see the changes, here I have written some causes. There might be some other causes also. So the first one I have written by mixing. So by mixing here means that if you take a glass of water and put some sugar in it. So this will form a solution. So earlier when you have put the water in the glass, the water was tasteless. Now when you put this sugar, the water became sweet. So what happened? The taste, there was a difference in the taste of the water. So by mixing also there changes occur. Now second is by applying force. If we apply force on something and the shape of that particular object change, so we can say that the change is happening there also. For example, let us say if we are blowing a balloon and after blowing it, when we will apply force on the blown balloon, what will happen? That will change the shape. So what we are doing, we are applying the force and there is changes in the shape. So that is also a kind of change. Now by heating means if I heat the water, now what will happen? That water will rise up in the form of vapor. So vapor is a form of gas. So it is also changing from liquid to gas. Now when that vapor will cool down, so that will form again from water. So that is also a kind of change. So there are other reasons also which causes changes. Now changes are classified into two types. Now you might be thinking that why changes are classified, because there are some changes which can be reversed, but there are some changes which cannot be reversed. So changes are classified into two types, reversible change and irreversible change. So one by one we will study about the reversible change and irreversible change. So here reversible change, as you see the word reverse, from here only you can understand that reverse means one thing, that the thing which we do or we see that can be reversed. So the change which can be reversed to form the original substance is called the reversible change. So if we see the spring here, now if we contract it, spring, it will take the same size as it is. Now when we will expand it, it will change its shape. So this can be reversed. It can be expanded and it can be contracted. By expanding, it will change the shape, and by contracting, it will again gain its original shape. So this is also a kind of change. Now melting of ice is also a kind of change, because water freezes and forms the ice, and when ice is heated and it cools down, it forms the water. So that is also a kind of reversible change. So we will study the types, we will see the reversible change with the help of some videos which will make you understand that how reversible changes takes place.
Now let's talk about the reversible changes. In the reversible changes, what do you observe? There are many examples in which you can see the reversible changes. Now here I have taken this water. Now I have put this water in the freezer. Now this water changed into ice. So this is also a kind of change. But whether it is reversible change or not, how will know? If this ice will again convert into water, then we can say that yes, this is a reversible change. So let's see. Now what I will do, I will take this ice in the pan and I will heat it. If this ice changes into water, it shows that yes, this is a form of reversible change.
So in this video, what I want to show, make you understand that water on freezing changes into ice. Now in the next video which I will show you, there you will see that ice changes into water. So this I want to show you, make you understand that this is a kind of reversible change.
So now here what I did, I have taken the ice cubes and I am applying heat on it. So what you will see, after some time, this ice cubes will start melting. It means that they will again come in the form of water. So yes, we can say that changing of water into ice and then again ice changes into water. So that is a kind of reversible change. So here you can see this is converting into water slowly. So this is an example of reversible.
So here in this video what you saw, that the ice which was formed on freezing again got converted into water and on heating. So this is a kind of reversible change. Now next we will see more video so that it will make you more clear about the reversible.
See, now next example of reversible changes, here I have taken the water and I have heated it. So that water will change in the form of vapor. That liquid water will change in the form of vapor. Now if the vapor will cool, suppose I am putting this lid, and if the vapors will cool, then they will again form the water droplets. It means this is also a kind of reversible changes, where when the water is heated, it forms in the form of vapor, and then when that vapor is cooled, then that comes again in the form of water. So this is also a kind of reversible change. So here you can see the water droplets. Why they are formed? Because the vapor is being cooled, and due to the cooling of that vapor, here again that vapor changes into water droplets. So this is a kind of reversible change.
So here in this video what you saw that liquid water on heating changed into vapor form, and then vapor was cooled, it formed into liquid. So this is another example of reversible change. Now we'll move to the next one. So here Next, we will study about the irreversible change. Now, the word irreversible means the change which cannot be reversed again, means the change which cannot form its original shape again. Now, here the changes which cannot be reversed, that is, which cannot be formed into its original form, is called as irreversible change. Now, see, here are some examples which will make you clear that when if you plant a tree or plant a small plant, then the bud arises, then the flower is formed. Now that flower cannot be again changed into that bud. So this is a kind of irreversible change. We saw about the melting of wax. Once the wax is melted, it cannot be made again. It cannot change, regain its original shape. So that is a kind of irreversible change. Now next we can understand that how paneer is made. Paneer is made from milk. So once the paneer is made from milk, the paneer cannot be changed again to form the milk. So these are some examples through which we can understand that yes, there are some changes which cannot be reversed. Now we will see some more examples with the help of the videos so that it will make you more clear.
Taken this paper, and now if I burn this paper, what will happen? Now you can see this paper is burning. Now when this paper will burn, the part which is burned, that part cannot be recovered again. That part is becoming ash and we cannot bring it back. So this is a kind of irreversible change. This is an example of irreversible change where once a particular thing has changed, that cannot be reversed back.
So as you saw here, what the experiment was about, it was that I burned the paper here. So the portion of the paper which was burned, that became into ashes, and those ashes cannot be again formed into a paper. So this is the kind of irreversible change.
Now, if you see the next example of irreversible change, here you can see these small plants of chili. Now, these small plants, when they will grow, they will become like this. And ultimately, they can't be reversed back. So, this is an example of irreversible change. Now, next we will see the more example of irreversible change. Here you can see this nail. This is rusted. Rusted means junk lagna in Hindi we say. So rusted iron nails is also a kind of change. And this rusted iron nail cannot become fresh again. And this rusted, once the iron is rusted, it cannot form, or it cannot become the fresh one. Okay, and also it destroys the iron. जंक जब लग जाता है किसी भी आयरन वाले चीज में, so that material is destroyed. So this is a kind of irreversible change which cannot be reversed back again. Now the next example of irreversible change you can see in the human beings ourselves. Now when we take birth, we are infant here. Now slowly we grow and we become young, then we become old, and finally we die. So is this a reversible change or irreversible change? Definitely this is a irreversible change. We can't come back from the old stage to the infant stage. So this is also a kind of irreversible change.
So here I hope that you all have understood that how reversible changes takes place, how irreversible changes takes place. Now there is one more example which will make you more clear.
Now if you see this paper, I can fold this paper as much as I want. I will fold it. Now I can open it also. So this is a kind of reversible change. If I fold the paper, it will be and if I open it, it will again gain its original position. So this is a kind of reversible change. Now if I cut this paper, suppose I am cutting this paper from here. So can I make the shape of the paper same again? No, absolutely no. So this is a kind of irreversible change. If you cut the paper, so it can't gain its original size or shape. So this is a kind of irreversible change.
So by all these videos, here what you saw that folding of paper is a reversible change, because when we fold the paper we can again open it, but once the paper is cut it cannot be joined. It can be joined with the help of Fevicol or etc, but that cannot regain its original shape. So it is a kind of irreversible change. So here in this video, whatever examples which you saw, I hope that will make you clear that what is a reversible change, what is an irreversible change. Now we should compare that, the difference between the reversible and irreversible change. So here the difference between the reversible change and irreversible changes. Reversible change, the change which can be reversed, is the reversible change, and irreversible change, the change which cannot be reversed, is irreversible change. The next point is, it is a temporary type of change. Why reversible change is called a temporary type of change? Because once there is a change, the change can be reversed back again, means the material which got changed, that can again regain its original shape, size. So that's why it is called a temporary type of change. But once the material in irreversible change is changed to a particular shape or size, that cannot be regained again. So that is a kind of irreversible change. So examples of reversible change would be stretching of rubber, melting and freezing, folding of paper, etc. These are the examples of reversible changes. And the examples of irreversible changes would be conversion of milk to curd or paneer, aging of human beings, burning of paper, etc. So these are the two types of changes which occur in our day-to-day life. So this was all about the chapter, the changes around us. So thank you.